to share with you guys some information about BlackRock Inc. BlackRock Inc. owns pretty much all your known corporations and unknown corporations, and Vanguard is also one of the ones that owns a lot of the corporations that are out there. So collectively, they own the world. There may be one or a few more lesser known ones, but BlackRock is a reference, of course, to Saturn, the black cube, and also the stone in Mecca. So let's just go into this. You can see right here the figure. It's unbelievable. This is 5,785 total holdings that they've disclosed. And apparently there's probably more that they have not disclosed. But let's just go have a look. Okay, here you can see BlackRock Inc. current positions. Here we go. All right, latest holdings performance. BlackRock has disclosed these holdings in their latest SEC filings. Most recent portfolio value is calculated to be oh my gosh, too much. Basically, it's probably even beyond this, honestly. So they have Apple. You guys are buying and supporting BlackRock through Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, Alphabet Inc. I don't know what that is. The new positions are Liberty Broadband Corp, which is, probably a lot of the cell phone and telecom companies, Dow Chemical, the insurance holdings. This is probably a lot of the different insurance companies, conglomerate, and then they subsequently branch out from these things. So Annaly Capital Management, Healthcare Realty Trust, BlackRock Inc.'s top industries are legal services. So yeah, your lawyers, your attorneys, they are all tied to this corporate conglomerate. And agriculture, production, livestock, and animal specialties, miscellaneous repair services, which I don't know what that might entail. These are all just general terms for many different corporations that are branches of this. So who has been destroying the world? I don't know. You might want to think about it. This is one of the conglomerates, basically. This is one of the ones who owns the world. You want to know who owns the world? This is one of them. Okay. Let's see. We got Microsoft Corporation. Let's just go down because I want to see. I know GAIA, that TV show, the TV channel that people think is so awakening people. All those people are paid disinformants. They hired these people to get on there, and I'm really disappointed because, now people like Billy Carson are on GAIA TV. And that's disconcerting because GAIA owns them now. When they pay you to come on and be a personality on the TV, it's only going to be questionable, honestly. These people are tied to the Borg. All right, so they own Walmart, and of course they own Target, PayPal. You see that? They have PayPal, they have Netflix, Apple, Amazon, we already know that. Verizon, Meta, Meta, the metaverse. Since they own Microsoft, I'm sure that they own that. There's Pfizer. And yeah, these are some of the top ones. There's a trust over here. Isn't that interesting? They put all of their assets into trusts so that they cannot be taken away. They can't be taxed. There's no taxes on that. They have put themselves above our bracket, guys. This is how they have gotten wealthy. And we have assisted in their generational wealth by supporting them through buying their stuff. So, as you can see, they have all these different companies, some things that we've never heard of. I'm just going to kind of scroll down here. Farmers and Merchants Ban Corp. They own a lot of the banks and stuff. They're also under these blankets. But whole earth brands, you see, they try to make it seem like your products are benign. What we need to do is focus on the little people who are trying to give us different products. The ones who are trying to produce food, the one who are trying to make handmade products. This is where we need to vote with our dollars. Even if it is a little more expensive, in the long run, we'll be supporting ourselves, basically. Cracker Barrel. Let's see, any more famous ones. We're just going to go through this. Hopefully it won't take too long, but it is 5,000. I wanted to try to find GAIA. This is not in any sort of numeric, like alphabetized order. So it's by these numbers that are over on the left, and they're different dates and stuff. But it, for trying to find a specific thing, I don't know. It's going to be more difficult. Here's Norwegian Cruise Line. Things that are, they own Party City. I'm just looking for things that are recognizable. See, Carnival, they own Carnival. I'm telling you, Clear Channel, you've heard of Clear Channel, I'm sure. TransUnion, American Airlines, Sterling Construction Company. This is what they do. They own Roku. They have Bristol Myers, Squibb. That's another pharmaceutical and medical. Oops, I just skipped one. Grainger, Grainger. There's Apple again. Boeing, they own Boeing. Yeah, I've done this before, but I didn't upload the one that I did. I did this in 2020. I went over Blackrock Inc.'s holdings. There's Comcast at the bottom there. Capital One, Home Depot, Kimberly-Clark, Union Pacific, that's the railroad, Crown Castle, Coca-Cola, General Mills, United Rentals. You guys didn't know this, did you? Bank of America, there's Smuckers, Honeywell, Deere and Company. I don't know if that's John Deere. iShares, internet shares, basically, different companies there. Yeah, Equifax, Best Buy, Graco, Organon, Autodesk, 3M. Oh my gosh, PayPal, JP Morgan. See, there's the bank, other bank, Procter & Gamble, Ingersoll Rand, Bank of New York, Mellon Group. You've heard of Mellon Group, I'm sure. Waste Management, they own them. They own everything around us. Schwab, Charles Schwab, Goldman Sachs, Vector Group, Visa, Grocery Outlet Holding, CVS, Tetra, Trimble, let's see, Hartford Financial Group, AT&T. See, your telecom companies are owned by the same conglomerate. Horizon, Dell, Duke Energy, Residio Technologies, Lockheed Martin, Cable One. I mean, they own the problems and the solutions. They own everything. Church and Dwight, Applied Materials, Grand Canyon, Goosehead Insurance, Johnson Controls. A lot of these must be just in different states because I don't know some of these. Global Payments, I've seen that. FedEx, Edwards Whirlpool Corporation, Logitech, Figs. I don't know what Figs is. And yeah, Blue Ridge Bank Shares, Pinterest, Alico, Southwall, Esbirian, Zillow. They own Zillow, Constellation Energy. They own all these energy companies. They own all the telecommunications companies. They own all of the computer companies. They own all the banking industry. Adobe. Let me put this little invisible bar at the top so that way I can read it more. Okay. American Express, there's that. Alaska Air, American Express, Amazon again. There's eHealth. Going all through this. Live Nation Entertainment. You guys are paying for that when you go to these concerts and stuff. Nexstar, Marriott. Yeah, I'm sure they own all the hotels. Lightning E-Motors. Let's look for the big names here. Yeah, you can see with your own eyes, and I'll leave this link in the description box so you guys can go and just look at it yourselves, share it with your friends and family, because what you think is different choices and different options to go and choose is actually, there's no choice. You are buying from the same cartel and they own it all. All of these families that are at the top, they're just a handful of them, guys. And taking back the power means, you know what? We can go out here and grow our own food and share, because that's what we're going to have to do. They're destroying all the things right now because they have their cyborg robots that are going to be replacing us soon. Here's Beyond Meat, of course, we know. See, these people, these talking heads that are out here are just figureheads that say that they own this company. They do not. They do not have that kind of money to go and start a corporation this big that can do these huge things. Okay, let's keep going. GoDaddy, they own them. They've been buying up a lot of these independent companies that come about, and these people get paid off and they're very happy to get their millions of dollars. And then guess what? There's no real choices out here in the world anymore. Prometheus Bioscience. Can you see that? All right, let's keep going. These are probably all around the world too. Great Ajax Corp, Ajax, the cleaning stuff. Bank of Nova Scotia. See? A lot of these are just in different countries. Zoom, they own Zoom, of course. No surprise there. No surprises here, guys. Build-A-Bear Workshop. Yeah, they put the poisonous materials that they create, and they make it so cute for you. Gray Kell, or Grackle, or whatever that is for the kids' toys and stuff. Kids, different appliances and things. Or is that Graco? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, look at this. There's Yamana Gold Carnival Pig. Okay, I want to find GAIA specifically. I know it's in here because I've seen it. Burlington Stores. They also own things like Five Below, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, all those things. Dolby Laboratories, that's Dolby Sound. They own the sound company. All that stuff. Pretty much everything. Everything. How are we going to get out of this? Well, we got to turn to each other. We are the answer that we've been looking for. And now they've got their robots that they're going to try to assault us with and control us with. And that seed has been planted. And even though we don't see them everywhere yet, they are in production right now. And they're going to be replacing us with computers and all these other things. What are they going to do with us? Well, they're reducing the population right now. And, that whole thing is coming about before our eyes. We just have to wake up to see what can we do, because now that they own the world with all the corpse orations, it's going to take us over 2,000 years to undo all of this stuff, because it took over 2,000 years to get here. It took probably about a little over 4,000 years, maybe about 5,000 years to get to where we are. This seed was planted back during the Golden Age when the pharaohs came about. This is where all this stuff started. There's that Oaks Bank, or what, O's Bank. I've always thought that was weird. The name of that thing, I'm like, what does that mean? Yeah, Farmland Partners, there you go. Black Knight. Is that part of the Black Knight satellite that they claim that, we don't know where that came from? I don't believe that. I don't think that they know everything about this place. AutoZone, TrueCar, Target, Universal Display. They probably own all of the film production houses. Sierra, Tempur-Pedic, they own that. Pacific Biosciences, there you go. There's one. It's probably doing some evil stuff. There's GameStop, y'all. They're going to own your entertainment. Energy Fuels, Microchips, HubSpot, Merck and Company, of course. They're pharmaceuticals. Harley Davidson, you love those motorcycles. Guess what? They own that too. Everything, all of your insurance companies, all of your car companies, Chimera Investment. You know what chimeras are, don't you? Chimeras are hybrids. Yeah, I wonder what that's doing, huh? Lionsgate Entertainment. There's one production house. Panasonic. Yeah, Cisco Systems. You know, that poisonous food that we're eating, that's in all the restaurants through Cisco. Yep. Citigroup. Okay, this is just eye-opening, guys. So I'm just trying to help people see where all this stuff is coming from. There's Dollar General. We know that one. Intuit, I've heard of that one. I think that's the cell phone. Like if you want to reverse look up your cell phone number that's called you or something. American Electric Power Company. There you go. Vital Farms. See, they're vital. You got to rely on them. New York Times is there. They're going to control the media. Castle Bioscience. Okay, Sprout Social, Oasis Petroleum. Oasis and Petroleum. That's like, that's a joke, right? Fifth Third Bank. And there you go. There's one that's down in Florida. I saw that thing and I was like, what? How can you be the fifth third bank? That's ridiculous. Yeah, they own everything. Allstate. There's your Allstate. Let's see. I'm sure they've got more in here. Yeah, they own it all. They've been buying it up because we sell out to them. You know, the little guy goes, I'm trying to make my business. There's the Verizon again. The little guy wants to, you know, trying to make a business. There's UPS. And then this big conglomerate goes, hey, we want to buy your company. And they go, oh, yay, great. You mean I can make millions of dollars instantly and I don't have to work anymore? Yes, I'll do it. And there's eBay. Unfortunately, people want money. And we have been helping all this darkness. Okay, Skechers. That doesn't have the T in it, though. Skechers USA. Fastenal, Thermo Fisher. Vulcan Materials. That's all the, I think it's different rubbers and plastics and possibly metals. Ollie's. There's the Ollie's. Texas Instruments. Remember them? They haven't been around for a while in our visual like public. They're probably still around somewhere. Smith & Wesson, they own your guns. Pfizer. Berkshire Hathaway, I've heard of that. It's Ross, there's Ross down there. Sorrento Therapeutics. Yeah. Blackstone, of course they're going to own Blackstone. PepsiCo. Lincoln National. So they've been summoning the jinn or spirits to give them secrets to put themselves into this position. Because they can summon spirits. They may have someone do this for them, the oligarchs. They probably have the magic practitioners who summon this stuff and do all this stuff to be able to peer into the future. And they are in a mad dash before 2030 to get us into the Borg to be able to control our Great Awakening. But apparently, you know, we've got assistance as well. What they've tried to make us believe as the Watchers are actually the keepers of the world. They keep the world in balance. And without them, we absolutely would be taken over by this dark force that has now taken possession of people's minds all throughout our society. You can see it. Anyway, here's Churchill Downs, you know. You can see it in people when they are almost robotic and they don't have emotions and things, or they have lower states of emotion. Those are signs of spirit possession that they are not familiar with. You know, they're not, our society is so stuck in the material world. We have no ideas about the spirit realm. That's why we were so easy to take over, because they did this great reset in order to do all this stuff to us. There's the Sherwin-Williams, Seattle Genetics. Yeah, so there's Ford Motor Company, Cambridge, Bank Cup, there's Coca-Cola again, Tidewater, Gray, First, Miller News, Winmark, PAR Technology. Okay, so that's not the PAR FEMA thing, but I'm sure they own FEMA stuff. Skyline Corp. So how it's done is, like, even the mysterious Middle East channel is explaining how all of this stuff is done. It's part of the missing link of our hidden history that's been, you know, tried to be buried up, and so we won't find it. But now that we're all sharing everything, everything's coming into vision. We're getting clarity from sharing, and we need to just keep sharing because that's what we're supposed to do anyway. Car Gurus. There's a mining company. Yeah, so I've been noticing, and I've talked to some friends about their problems with their family and things like, outbursts of anger and depression and all these things. I'm like, that's signs of spirit possession. When someone just has sudden, like, it just uncalled for reactions to things, or if they want to do harm to themselves because they've been drinking, or if they're addicted to something, or and especially like porn or alcohol or drugs. These are all signs specifically of spirit possession, and people have no idea. There's Nordstrom Hostess Brands Love Sack. Yeah. So I'm trying to help people see, because I've seen it in people that I know when they're taking these pharmaceuticals for different problems that they have in their body. Instead of trying to do the natural thing and the right thing, I've noticed a complete character change in these people after they tell me that they're taking, a blood pressure medication or anything like this. And I'm like, there's something not right here. There's Chronos, guys. Chronos Bio. Chronos is Saturn. Butterfly Network. Yeah. So I just want people to start realizing what we're up against, because as we keep going forward in time, it's going to be revealed that they basically have created pharmakia to help the spirits possess people. City Trends, you guys have heard that, I'm sure. Huntsman, Air Products. Yeah. Let's just keep going. Liberty Media. Magnite. There's a China company. A lot of these are probably Chinese companies now. They were allowing China, when they said China was buying up our energy sources and things, and really what it is this they're buying it up and then saying that China owns it. Orion, they're always going to talk about things that are related to the stars, because that's how you do magic. You have the knowledge of the science of the stars and how to summon things through that power. Here's Mohawk Industries. Yeah, I've heard of that one. Globe Life, Ocular Therapeutics, Truist, of course. They own all of the banks, guys, all of them. See, there's another bank, Carter. Nokia, Chase, Royal Caribbean, Costco, Nike, Westpac, Wix. It's because now they're going to centralize everything. Now that they own all of these things, they're going to work on making all of them centralized. You've heard of the centralized government, right? The one world government to rule them all. Here's Hormel. This is what their goal is, to rule over all of us. But you know what? They can only rule over you if you consent. The only way to get away from this is to embrace nature and to go back into nature and work in harmony with nature and avoid all of this stuff. We don't need them. We really don't need the way things are, because it's destroying the world. Here's Moderna, Victoria's Secret, Rite Aid, Fossil Group, Nova Gold, Bank Financial, Tesla Motors. Yeah, they own all these things around the world. There's another Blackstone Group. Yeah, Summit Financial Group. I think I've heard of that. Western Life, Liberty Latin America. See, Camping World. Oh, helping them out. Donegal. I think I've heard of that. Century Casinos, MGM Resorts, Chimerics. See, they love this kind of stuff. They love just putting it out there, and people are blind to these terms and words and stuff. So they put it in our face. VBI. You see that one? Axe, the Axe in Blink Charging. Flora and Decor, Liberty Media, Netflix, Ferrari, Oppenheimer, like Oppenheimer Ranch, Oppenheimer, whatever it is. Yeah, Oppenheimer Ranch. I'm sure that's not Oppenheimer Ranch, but Oppenheimer. Same word. Chimera in a different spelling. Lowe's, China Life, Mitsubishi Corp, Canon, Veritone, the little ear things. Praxis. Praxis is Abraxas. Abraxas is a demon. Campbell Soup. Have Delta Airlines. Look at this one. Look at this term. Really? Art for the axe? Really? Wow. Keep going. Crystal Biotech. You know that is a reference to us, right? Janus. Janus is the double-headed. It's like a two-faced entity. Warner Brothers. Raytheon. Raytheon is an evil corporation, y'all. Learn about Raytheon. So that's part of the military top secret projects. They create the UFOs and all the high technology, the invisibility cloaking, all this stuff. They actually have the technology, like they're some sort of fabric that they can use now that will render them invisible. It bends the light. Estee Lauder is, of course, the perfume, and they put poison in that. Starbucks, Advanced Auto Parts, AutoNation. I will admit that I had $20 left on my Starbucks card, and I had a Starbucks recently. I tell you, I couldn't even get through half of it because all of a sudden my body goes, no. I know that they have graphene oxide. I'm already aware of this. But I was drinking it, and all of a sudden my body goes, don't drink that anymore. Yeah, Dish Network. Yeah, I know. You know what? I can't live in fear either. I'm just like, you know what? I'm over this. Here's Target. You already saw Walmart. There's gold mining. Yeah, I can't live in fear. That's just not what I do. Here's Denny's. That's why I'm like, you know what? I don't consent. And that is my contract right there. I do not consent to what they do. Caterpillar. Because they're not telling me that they put it in there. I had to find out from, research that they're putting it in there. Here's Hilton. Yeah, the research made me aware of it. And so, yes, I can avoid it. But at the same time, I'm like, well, I'd like to have a coffee. And there's no other coffee shop nearby. Let me go get that. Here's Bath and Body Works. Dollar Tree. Pharmaceutical. Yeah, TripAdvisor. You know about that. There's McDonald's. Microsoft again. There's Black & Decker. Danaher. That sounds familiar from some reason. Spelled different. Equity Residential. Exxon. Yeah, who are these people? They are evil. They are from the underworld. And, it's going to come out more. I already know what I'm talking about just from my research, but I encourage everybody else to go and do theirs, especially if they, don't believe me or believe me. Please just do your research anyway. Johnson & Johnson, we know about them. Viacom. So what they do too is they set up all these things, and all your donations, when you think that you're donating to a charity, you're donating to these people to do evil things to us. And I'm suspicious now about even the lotteries that they've set up, because somebody I was talking to said that they actually were witnessing on TV how the person called the number before the ball came out, and the ball came out and it was the wrong number. So the next ball actually ended up being the number that they called. Found that fascinating, right? What is that, predictive programming? No, they already know what the numbers are going to be. And guess what? When you buy your lottery ticket, they already know what tickets are out. So their algorithm can go, oh, this is the number that hasn't been chosen. But we can go ahead and, put that as the winning ticket and then claim that it was won. And then they'll announce some random non-person. They've got the means to put up deep fakes to make it pretend like someone has won this. and put out fake names. But do you know anybody in your area who has actually won the lottery? I don't. And, we need to find those people, like do research on who those people truly are, if they truly do exist. I don't think they exist. I think they're just taking the money at this point. Carrington Mortgage, Sear. See that? Sear, Yum Brands, Ingalls Market, Lumen Technologies, Garmin. It just doesn't stop, does it? Spirit Airlines. You think you have choice. You do not. They own all of the airlines. Berry Petroleum. They own all those petroleum things. Chipotle, Honda, Chevron. But they're making the most robotics and things over there. Ecolab, Walgreens, Tootsie Roll, Lowe's. We've already seen Home Depot. Dominion Resources. That Dominion voting machine? There you go. I don't know if that's it, but I do know that they own that too. The Wendy's Company, Iron Mountain. I guess it's a reference to Mount Sumeru. It's the only iron mountain around. So they put that in our face. BioNano. Genomics. You get that? You know where that's coming from. All that stuff that they put in the axe. There's another pharmaceutical. Electronic Arts is a video game. Etsy. And the solar companies, they own those. And solar is such a lie. Down in Georgia, if you go just south of Warner Robins, Georgia, there's thousands of acres where they put up solar panels. Basically, they cut down all the trees and they put up these solar panels. How is that green energy? They don't want us to know what green energy is. Green energy comes straight from the earth. The earth is one big battery. The air and fire are the protons, and the water and earth are the electrons. And that is positive and negative charge. Once you realize this, all you got to do is tap into the battery and amplify the charge with crystals. Crystals amplify the charge. They're piezoelectric. So we just need to put 2 and 2 together and go, oh my gosh, this is how it's done. Bam, there you go, free energy. Okay, JetBlue is their Silicon Labs, the one in Silicon Valley. Silicon is crystal. Again, sand, quartz sand is crystalline. That's why they're using it. They use it in our technology. They melt it down and they can use it for piezoelectricity. It amplifies the charge. Remember that. It holds memories too. The actual quartz crystals from the earth hold memory. Pharmaceutical, monolithic power systems. You see how they put that monolithic, where it's only us and we got the most power. Crocs. There's Abercrombie and Fitch. People are saying, oh, you should watch Gaia. You should watch Gaia. I'm like, no, I won't give it my conscience. Because Gaia is going to mislead people into this airy-fairy notion that we came from outer space and we were seated here. Yeah, in some aspect of that is truth, because we are made of the stars. How do they know our personalities based on our star chart? It's because someone knew a long time ago that we were made from the stars and that our personality comes from the stars. And that's why we're here, is to try to work on ourselves and to help each other. Yeah, now I'm blowing through this right now because there is a lot here. And as you can see, it's a lot of the companies that we've supported all of our lives. You'll find all the candy companies in here. You'll find all of the other things. Candy is an abomination. There's Hershey. I just speak of the devil. Scripps Company. Yeah, candy is keeping you sick. So is any other sugar, and depleting you of vital nutrients. All this stuff that's manufactured is doing this to us. This is how they've made us sick, is through the food supply that they own. So they can strip everything. In these processes, when they extract the oils, they extract the different essences, they're using alchemy. And with alchemy, you have to use certain distillates and poisons to extract the essence. That's what alcohol does. The original formulation for alcohol was to use to extract the essence of different herbs and things in order to heal people. But then they started using it for people to just drink so they can just kill themselves and poison themselves. There's Dave and Buster's, y'all. Our entertainment will take your money. Hewlett Packard, Alpha and Omega. Alpha and Omega are the Sun and Saturn. The Alpha is the A. It's also the letter lambda, which is it's like a triangle. It doesn't have a bottom, a line at the bottom. But the lambda is a Greek symbol, and it means fire. Fire is light. Light is the sun. It's the greatest light we have in the world is the sun. Omega is Saturn. The Omega symbol, which is the symbol of Ohm for our electrical circuits and things, is a quasi-circle, and it has two little outward stems at the bottom. You know what I'm talking about, right? The Greek symbol for Ohm, that is Saturn. Saturn is electric. This is light. So together they create conductivity in our world. And this Ohm symbol is actually the symbol for death in alchemy. And that's because it's Saturn. Saturn represents death. So it made so much sense when I came across all that. I will show you. So here it is, the symbol for death. You know that Ankh that they have been carrying around there saying, oh, that's the symbol for life. That's not the symbol for life. That's the symbol for death that they carry around in Egypt. And they can give it to people because Egypt was a lie. So Gyp, G-Y-P, means swindler. Here's Gyp is also G-I-P, to cheat, to swindle. Remember, the sounds in words are the most important thing because they hold the meaning. The spelling means nothing. It's garbage, it's garble, it's Babylon. So to cheat, to swindle, traditionally derived from gypsy, but we have Egypt. Yep. Fraudulent action, a cheat, gypsy. Yep. And it keeps going from there. You see where this is? You see this word? I did this in another video. This is part of gyp, y'all. That's why when you call yourself by this name, this term, you're calling yourself a derogatory term. So you might want to rethink that. And also, Hebrew's not in here, but it's falls under the same category, and so does Jeru. I did that in another video, so you guys can go, find that. Things to make you go, sorry. I always segue off into things, but we need to know about all of these hidden things and how they connect. Still going. Oh my gosh, I'm not even halfway down the page. I'm just going to try to breeze through here seriously because this is a lot. You guys can go and look at this yourself. So I came across this one, Repligen. I just decided to look it up. Here it is. Repligen is an American company devoted to the development and production of materials used in the manufacture of biological drugs. The company is based in Waltham, Massachusetts, and incorporated in Delaware in 1981. Public company, Repligen is listed on the NASDAQ exchange under Regen, get it? As of February 14th, 2014, Repligen employed 116 people, about 50% of these based in Sweden. I just wanted to check it out. This is kind of dark stuff they're into. Here you go. Look at this. People are so happy. Look, I'm so happy to be destroying my fellow human. That's so upsetting, because people are ignorant to all of this stuff. Monitor concentration during your UFDF run. See, they use all these codes so that people can't figure out what all this stuff is. But all I do is I go, okay, well, what is this UFDF run? UFDF run. In what genetic? Is it like genetics or something? Multi-attribute PAT for UFDF proteins monitoring. PubMed. Let's just see what it is. Ultrafiltration and diafiltration. Okay. Abstract. Ultrafiltration, diafiltration plays an important role in manufacturing of biopharmaceuticals, monitoring critical process parameters and quality attributes by process and analytical technology. During those steps can facilitate process development or assure consistent quality and production processes. In this study, a lab-scale cross-flow filtration device was equipped with variable path length, ultraviolet, and visible. Do you see this? Ultraviolet and visible. You know that thing? Things that's going inside people? That bioluminescence. Bioluminescence light is produced by a chemical reaction within a living organism. Bioluminescence is a type of chemiluminescence, which is simply the term for a chemical reaction where light is produced. It takes place, bioluminescence is cold light. Cold light means less than 20% of the light generates thermal radiation. You know that thing? Look at this, y'all. Look at this. Look at what they did to lab rats. You've been seeing this on TikTok. Now, I don't have TikTok, but people have been sharing stuff with me, little videos and stuff. This is what they developed in the lab. You see this? You see this mess? They used it on the animals first, of course, but I'm sure they used it on people underground. Oh my God, people. If you haven't seen those videos, somebody, shared a video with me. Actually, I can go find it on Rumble. If you guys go to my channel on Rumble, Era of My Ways, I will share this link. Okay, here's where I'm going to leave this link, guys. I'm not even going to put it on YouTube because I don't want to get any sort of flagging and removal at this point. I'm going to leave that link that everyone needs to watch. Please go see it. I'm going to leave it in this description box under this video, Defense Against the Dark Arts Part 3. Remember that, Defense Against the Dark Arts Part 3. I will leave a link to this video in the description box for this video, just to go and watch this, but go to the link that I'm going to leave in the comments section. I'll leave it here. It's going to be like a little scavenger hunt. So I'll leave this link to this video in the description box on YouTube, where you can then scroll down and click the link that I'm going to leave in this comment box. So it's kind of like a game. You guys can follow the rabbit, the white rabbit. Yeah, this is sick. This is very, very sick. This is what they've done. And, it's crazy that I found this. My spirit said, no, go look at that. Go look at that word that was on Blackrock. This one, repligen. This is how it works. I mean, just out of the blue, I'm like, repligen. I need to go see that. And then that's what pops up, once you go and you start looking into this. That's why it pays to be curious. Yeah. You guys, I'm going to leave this PubMed description in the description box. I'm going to leave the link here in the description box so you can guys go look at this and then, go and look up some of the terms that they're using. This is bioluminescence in the sites. This is where they did all their studies. Oh my gosh, this is just so crazy. I mean, I've not seen anybody come up with this. I'm sure some people have found this, but I haven't been looking into this. But yeah, I will leave all this stuff for you guys, an easier trail for you to follow. Back to the Blackrock. Well, I changed websites. I couldn't find Gaia. It's just going to take too long. So you guys can go try to find it somehow. But here's the top institutional holders. So here's Vanguard. They're actually over Blackrock, State Street, Temasek, Bank of America, Capital International, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Charles Schwab, Capital World Investors. But do you see, like, BlackRock had shares in all of these? Like, they owned part of these things. So these are the top ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You see these repetitive names? They own it all, guys. Yeah, I mean, I just, typed in BlackRock, but this is what comes up. So, of course, they are BLK. BlackRock is Saturn. The Saturn group, the cult of the black cube, the death cult of Saturn. They are subverting the energy of Saturn and using it to gain control and power and wealth, to place themselves on high over their slaves, which is you and me. The only reason we are slaves is because we acquiesce to be a part of this system. Now, there are other people in the world who are stepping away from the system completely, but you have to be willing to give up all of your material life. It doesn't mean that you're going to die. It doesn't mean anything. It just means that you have a new way of thinking and you wish to step away from the responsibility of possessions that are possessing you. All of these material goods are possessing us. That's why they call them possessions. Just drilling that in just a little bit. Reiterate that a couple of times. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and end this because it's going to take too long for me to try to find Gaia. It's in there, guys. Just trust me. I've found it before. I've stated it, in another video that I did not upload but they own Gaia TV, and they're trying to control the minds of these new agers who are buying into this whole notion of airy-fairy beliefs because it's just a narrative that they're spinning. And it's disheartening to see people like Graham Hancock and Billy Carson in that realm, in that arena, because they must be part of the machine, is all I've got to say at this point, which is very disheartening. Because when you go on TV and, maybe they're not, maybe they're innocent, but at the same time, it's like chasing a dollar and holding money over humanity. Like, I need to make my wealth and my fame and my fortune, and I'm going to talk about the truth, but I still need to make my wealth and my fame and fortune. It's not that bad, but at the same time, it's like, where's the real humanitarianism? Where's the real philanthropic advancement of the human mind? It's not even the species, it's the mind. We need to advance it somehow. Maybe it will in some way. Everything works itself out in the end, I suppose. But it just makes it suspicious. Anyone that's tied to this kind of stuff, I have to question what their true alignment is. There's so many agents out here trying to deceive us. And even those that we used to love, like Tom Hanks, we used to love him in the movies. Guess what? And Oprah Winfrey, they try to act, they are actors, so they try to act like they're benevolent. No, people, no, far from the truth. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and just leave all these links in the description box, and you guys can go and find Gaia TV because it's in there. Just wanted to show that it's controlled as well, so that people can really have some sort of consent, informed consent about what it is. Anything on TV, anything is owned and operated by Blackrock, which is Saturn company. And I'm just using Blackrock as a general term. It's basically the antithesis of light. Just know that. All right, here we go. I'm done. So I will see you guys soon.